Today, I wanted to talk to you about accessing your own internal Google. What I really mean by that is your own insight. Nowadays, all of us, myself included, use Google to look up pretty much everything. Anytime we have a thought and we want to get an answer, that's what we do. But how about getting answers from your own internal insight? Let's talk about that. I'm talking about all this from the perspective of the Yuen Method by Dr. Kam Yuen. He always taught not just accessing psychic abilities or intuition, but rather a few different components that make up your insight. So the three main things that he would teach us would be your feeling, your perception, and your intuition. So feeling refers to being able to feel something in your body, which requires you to not be numbing out, not to be shutting down, but to be fully present and accessing what you feel in your body. And what I think about with this is that he was a Kung Fu master, a 35th generation Shaolin Kung Fu master. And he would spar with his opponents, and he would win all the time because he could feel where their weaknesses were in their body because he wasn't thinking. And that's another part of this is when it comes to perception, which is another component that make up that insight. The perception is there because there's no mental thinking. There's not a lot of mental processing. We get feeling, just like you think of animals can feel something in their body and therefore they respond to that. So he could feel weaknesses in his opponents. And he later began to use that for the opposite, to feel where people's weaknesses were so that he could then energetically strengthen and remove those weaknesses, as opposed to when he was sparring with his opponents in Kung Fu matches, where he would use that feeling to then exploit their weaknesses so that he could win. So perception, again, that's something where your perception needs to be clear and not clouded by mental thinking. So your mind, mental processes, mental thinking needs to also be out of the way in order to access your insight, your own internal Google. The other piece is intuition. So intuition is that information coming in a non-linear way. So that requires being ready, open, and receptive to information, whatever comes up. So again, that is not having any preconceived notions, being completely objective, having no attachment to what comes up, and just being open, because we have access to all this insight and wisdom in the universe, and we can access that, but we need to be open to it and not have any judgments or any kind of agenda around what we expect that to be. So being objective, being open, and being receptive to however it comes up in whatever way, because different people perceive these things and receive information and insights differently, whether it's more through hearing something, seeing something, just simply sensing, just simply knowing it. So those are the components that make up your insight so that you can access your own internal Google. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Colleen O'Connor, Intuitive Life Consultant. Stay strong, stay joyful, and have a great day.